I found my banja on the island of gods. So I recently went on a trip to Bali. I was traveling alone. I have all the time in the world and the liberation to embrace myself. Being alone and letting that solitude seeping through my being is great to my mind, a bliss. While walking down the beach to chase that sunset view on the second evening, I thought how wonderful it will be if I were to share this moment with others. That was the moment, the exact moment the concept of community crossed my mind. I was wondering, where's my people? Why do we need to feel we belong? Many artists have sang their hearts out when it comes to the feeling, the need to belong. The Beatles has one of its famous lines in Eleanor Rigby that goes like this: all the lonely people, where do they all come from? All the lonely people, where do they all belong?
Throughout history, human beings are known to stick together. They often find their own community. That's why they say, stronger together. Together, stronger.
Psychologists Roy Baumeister and Mark Larry published a journal in 1995, and they argue that the need to belong is a fundamental human need to form and maintain at least a minimum amount of lasting, positive, and significant interpersonal relationships. And satisfying these needs requires A. frequent positive interaction with the same individuals, and B. engaging in this interaction within a framework of long-term stable care and concern. So what is a community? I pounded hard upon the word community, asking myself what it means to have a community. Why is it important to have a community? Why do we need community? Is it really necessary? Or can we survive without one? Or rather, are we just simply lonely? Many of these self-exploration questions came to my mind, attempt to have some clarity. What does belonging actually mean? Why do we naturally strive for it? Belonging is defined as a possession or close intimate relationship. Human beings naturally want to belong to something, a group, career, family, or an identity. Community points us to belonging, but belonging also shows us who we truly are. The groups of identity that we belong become a part of who we are. Someone once said, we have become the people who we surround ourselves, not because we are similar, but because we are working together, working towards a common goal. We are impacted by the people around us, the communities that we belong to. We are brought closer by the victories in our community. To belong, it means to have that community, to have that support system that surrounds you. In times of ups, they celebrate with you. In times of need, there's a helping hand to pull you up, to pull you through, to give you the loudest shout outs when you're at your lowest. We are stronger together when we feel like we belong to something bigger instead of by ourselves. It gives us the initiative to engage, it gives us the drive to lead and the hearts to help others within our circle, my community. So I went on the next day in search of my people. I didn't have to go far. I found them right across the streets where I rented my Airbnb apartment. The days, weeks, and the rest of my stays, I have such a great quality time with all these newly found CrossFitters who hail from all over the world and landed in Bali. We trained together first thing in the morning at 7 a.m, pushing our limits, stacking up those weights, encouraging each other to go heavier, to go further, to go faster, and to get it all done. Number after numbers, we record our slightest improvement on those training grounds. The first hour moments when we first saw the workout of the day program in the morning, it was priceless. The trip we took from Canggu to Uluwatu to cheers for the contestants who were competing in the CrossFit game. We were on our motorbikes riding through the alleyways, zipping past the rice fields, balancing our weights between the congested traffic, stopping by a cafe, injecting our very first sip of caffeine into our vein. It was exhilarating. That gave the extra kick to the sandy beach and turquoise water of Nyong Nyong Beach, spirit of banja. My surf instructor, Dollar, in Nusa Lembongan, shared some of his thoughts with me in our interview. In Bahasa Indonesia, there's a word for it. It's called banja. It literally translates to neighborhood, where there's an appointed group of leaders or elders heading the group, They serve as a function between the governments and the people of the community at large. Dollar, he lives and breathes for his banja. He's a selfless man. Community comes before him. He thinks about the people and the general well-being of everyone. Very, very admirable. I love the fact he put others before himself. How often do we find that in our society today? Coming back to my banja, I appreciate you very much. The sunrise beach walk with little puppy Esme, the late night ice cream dates and ice lap and Sun's dessert bar, the dinner at Dharma's kitchen, the Wednesday's tapas and sangrias at Ramblas with everyone feeling the needs of a papacha effect. The super loud conversation shouting across the table while we move with the YMCA track at Black Sand Brewery, our little adventures as a group on those motorbikes, zipping through the congested traffic to the beautiful Uluwatu, and not to mention the bowling nights and all that breakfast club right after training. Most importantly, I will forever remember the effort we put in every single morning during our workout of the day session, all those sweats, exhaustion, the mental and physical challenge we put ourselves through. To the coaches and to the CrossFitters of S2S, this is for you, this is for us. This is for the gorgeous time that we have spent with each other over the month of May 2022. The need to belong is such a beautiful human spirit. Let it continue for those who come, strength for strength. Terima Kasih.